pleased to say congratulations on your 300th game coming up, mate. What does it mean to you, and what does it mean, I guess, from where you started to where you are now?
Thank you very much. Firstly, I really appreciate it. I think the word that comes to mind is just proud. To overcome a little bit of adversity, probably at the start of my career, and having my journey start a little bit later to reach this milestone, probably something I certainly didn't think was ever possible. So the fact that we're at this week now, pretty incredible, and the overwhelming feeling is just proud.
There's only a couple that have achieved it at this club. A few of them are here today. You joined a pretty illustrious group. What do you see when you look at those guys? They're legends of the game.
Yeah, obviously the history that those guys have created, starting with the Brisbane Lions when the two clubs merged, and for those guys to play 300 games, and now for me to sit there with them is pretty awesome. And like I said, the occasion's certainly not lost on me. I understand the significance of it all, and to join, those boys standing at the back there, it's like I said, I'm proud and very humble.
Did you ever think this was possible, Saul?
Nope. No, probably not. And I probably didn't think even getting to game 250 was a possibility at the end of the 2022 season. I was, desperately in need of the finish line that year, and I remember sitting in with Dom Ambrosio and Fags at the time and said, if I can't get my body right, I don't want to continue on past the 2023 season, because I feel like I'm letting myself down, but more importantly, I'm letting the team down as well. So handing over the captaincy was big in itself, but what that enabled me to do was really look after myself and get my body back on track, and to be able to contribute to the team as I have the last few years is something else I'm really proud of as well.
Getting to this milestone now, and also having signed one new contract extension, congratulations.
Thank you.
What's your goal over the next year? Have you had time to think about it?
Continue to help develop these kids that we've got coming through. I mean, you have a look at our list. We've got both the Ashcroft boys, Sam Marshall, Jasper Fletcher, Darcy Wilmot. Like the names there, and they've only just started out their career, so the more that I can sort of help and develop those kids, fast track them. I mean, they've already played in some really big games as it is, so I'm not sure how much more I can possibly teach them, but I think just the guidance out on the field and the experiences that I've had can certainly help fast track their development even more and leave the club in a really good state when that happens.
And re-signing, was it an easy decision?
Pretty easy, I reckon, given the state of the club and where we're sitting at the moment. If I felt as though I was a hindrance and not really contributing to the team, I think the decision would have gone a different way. But the fact I still feel really good, my body's really healthy, can't see why I can't keep going on.
Is it true about you talk about your body a couple of years ago failing you? Understand that there's sort of a bit of acupuncture that has helped get you through?
Yeah, Richie actually got me onto the guy. His name's Jim Bostock, and his needling technique has helped me significantly, and he sort of had goals there that he could keep me playing as long as I really wanted to, and I didn't believe it at the time. But fast forward 2.5 years, and he certainly made that come to fruition, and not only him, but our medical staff as well, and allowing me to externally source and get the right treatment I've needed. They've been incredible as well. So working all as a team together has been a contributing factor to it.
And you're not just, obviously you started your career fair way away, you went through some lean years and now just really enjoying it last year, a blazer, this year potentially again. What do you put that down to, that you've been able to, I suppose, have a bit of a swan song in your career and peak, towards the end of it?
I think when you're really clear about your role and how you need to provide for your team, I think you see the game a lot clearer and you understand what you need to do week in, week out. So my role and the clarity that I have going into each week and game is, I know exactly what I need to do, and I know when I'm not doing those things, quickly how I need to get back onto that track. So the clarity around it all, the coaching staff's been enormous in allowing me to, perform the way I have. So it's a combination of a few things, but I'm just really enjoying it as well. I mean, like I said, I mentioned all those younger kids there, seeing them come through and perform in big moments, it puts a massive smile on my face. They keep me young.
Last year you quoted LeBron to say that he played till
he's going again.
That's right. He's still going. So, people are saying you're going on next year, but why do you have to slow down? Could you keep going?
Yeah, well, you don't have to. I think it's a decision that will be made in due time. I mean, the club's been so flexible, and the communication waves between both of us has been enormous in this period. So, if they see fit that I can continue to contribute to the team for as long as I possibly can, then that would be great. And yeah, we certainly won't put a time on when it's going to end. I think it'll naturally just happen.
You touched on the late start to your career. Kes, can you take us back to those years of being overlooked in the draft? And was there really what was going through your head at that point? And can you recall a turning point for you that sort of forced the hand of clubs a little bit?
Yeah, it was difficult because I felt I had self-confidence that I could definitely make it at the level. Obviously, playing down at Broadbeach, we got the experience of playing against the Brisbane Lions reserves and the Gold Coast Suns reserve there for a number of years, and I felt like I was, equal to those guys. So I definitely had the self-belief that I could definitely make it. So getting knocked back was a little bit of a disappointment, but what it did is it created great clarity as to what I needed to do to get better and to get to the next level. And we sourced out a few people to sort of get that information, and then we went to work on it. And I guess the turning point for me was the WA State game we played in Perth, Mandurah, maybe 2011. I had a really good game, and the Brisbane Lions recruiters were there that day to look at a few of their players, and got the call the following week, which was really nice. So I had to wait my time, but I certainly think that's helped me in the long run.
You took over the captaincy at a difficult time for the club. Can you take us back there and I guess what you were hoping to bring, what it meant to you and what you were trying to achieve at that time?
Yeah, I think for me, Fish, I just didn't have to change what I was doing. I was very much an action-based leader. I brought the energy naturally, so you don't have to force that as the captain if it comes naturally, right? So it was just making sure we channel that in the right direction and, lead from the front, and that's what I tried to do. I had a great mentor in Luke Hodge who came to the club, and I was able to really feed off him, and he gave me great pieces of advice that I still hold to this day. So, I know it was a difficult period for the club, but I think once we turned that corner, for me, the job was really easy. I let the boys flourish, let them do what they needed to do, and just sort of kept them within the tracks.
There's obviously a few blokes out there a bit banged up at the moment. Finals aren't far away. I know we got Lockie and Jared are the two that we're sort of waiting to see if they're going to be right in the next few weeks. Where are those two at?
Yeah, they're very close. Given we've still got 4 days to go until we get to the game, that'll be a decision that Fags and the coaches can make in the next few days. But you would have seen them out there today. They look pretty good. But obviously September's just around the corner, and taking risks at this time of the year would be foolish. So if they're right to go, they're right to go. If not, so be it. But I think holistically, I know we've had some season-ending injuries, but the boys that have stepped in and done a role for us have been enormous, and the more that they can play creates once again, pressure from below to keep making everyone in the side get better. So it's a good headache for Fakes to have.
There's a few gasps out there when we saw Hugh McCluggage walk out with his strapping on his knee. He took ages to warm up. Is he okay?
He's carrying on, isn't he? I said, how you going? He goes, I wouldn't miss for you, mate. So, he's had that for a little bit, and he's just managing it the best he can, and the strapping obviously just helps for the time being.
Thank you. Like he's 322. Is that the next carrot for yourself?
I'll have to talk to him. I think he's out the back there somewhere. Look, I'm not looking that far ahead. We've got a massive game this weekend, and then a huge final series where we've got bigger and better goals. We'll wait and see.
Is it a goal of yours to sort of emulate some of these legends in being a multiple premiership?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why ultimately I'm still playing, right? We're in a team right now that's fighting for that. And it's very hard to do, and we've constantly come back year on year and improved. This is another challenge for us as a group, and we're really excited by that.
Seeing these guys here today, how special is that for you and your relationship with them?
Yeah, unbelievable. Like I said earlier, for my name to sit somewhere up near those guys, it's humbling. I'm proud. They did so much for our football club. They really put football on the map in Queensland through that early 2000s period. We sort of somewhat let them down there for a little bit, but it's good to see that AFL's flourishing in Queensland again, and a lot of it's got to do with those guys.
Dayne, can you compare the feeling in the camp at the moment to this time last year when you hadn't won the flag yet? Is there more sort of confidence knowing that you've done it? And
I think, it's different again. Every year's been different for us, but I think knowing that we've been able to achieve it, we know what it takes. We've had performances this year that have really sort of let us down in that area, but we know when we can put it all together consistently for 4 quarters, it's really, really difficult for opposition teams. So our mindset is now making sure that we can constantly do that. The last 2 weeks last week was sort of like a mini final for us. We had to win to sort of make finals. So the boys seem to be thriving off that pressure, and there's going to be even more pressure this week, given there's a fair bit on the line. And last year we were able to come from 5th and do it, but we understand having finished in the top 4, just how important that is also. So, and it can give players extra time to get ready and recover. So, it's a big week for us this week, but there's a real calmness amongst the group knowing that we did it last year.
What are you expecting from the Hawks as well? Obviously, they're vying for a position up the top of the ladder as well.
Yeah, well, they've had the wood over us the last 5 or 6 times we played them. We're fortunate enough to go down to MCG this year and sort of peek one back from them, but they've hit their straps the last month, and they've got all their players on deck, minus Will Day. Maybe Josh Weddle could return, who knows, but they're playing in sync, and that's a really difficult proposition for us. So we understand what we need to do. We had the blueprint there. We just got to go out and execute it, but understand they're going to throw different challenges at us.
And you've got to do it at the Gabba, which has been a little bit of a scratchy record this year. How do you approach that mentality?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. We just go out and play football, no matter where we're playing. It's been disappointing that we've probably let our fans down a fair bit at the Gabba this year. Our record over the past 36 months has been pretty good there, but unfortunately this year we've let ourselves down. So that's also at the back of our minds, and understanding that we want to finish the season strong here at the Gabba, and for our fans that have, I think it's only been a sellout every single game this year, so we want to reward them as well.
So obviously you mentioned this game 250 earlier, running out with your kids on that day and then lifting the cup in 2023. What has been your fondest memory of your career so far?
Playing in one grand final was incredible, and having the kids there running out with me that day was special. But obviously winning last year, it's very hard to top that, and then the kids getting the opportunity to play around in the confetti afterwards and have the snow angels and stuff like that. That was a really special moment for me, and pictures and memories that I'll never forget. But it'd be great to replicate that again this year.
Dayne, you've had 14 seasons in the comp, and when you first started, I imagine there was a fair bit of trash talk going on in the field. You've had issues with that in your history against the Demons, for example. Do you think that the sledging has eased off these days?
Yeah, somewhat. The game's moving pretty quickly. It finds it hard to talk now out on the field. But yeah, we saw last weekend that it probably hasn't quite wrapped itself up yet, but it certainly seems like it's heading out of the game.
Do you think that some of the players maybe aren't as nasty as they used to be?
Like I said, it's very hard to catch your breath in this game, so the less energy you can waste on opening your mouth and abusing opposition is probably the better. So I feel like it's happening less and less, which is probably a good thing.
Dayne, do you have a laugh with Marcus about him letting you slip through the cracks of the Suns all those years ago?
Well, I haven't, but I will. I'll let him know, yeah. I'll let him know.
About that to him before?
Nah, not really. Nah, not at all.
It's sort of sliding doors though, isn't it? Like, you look back at what might have been, like how it could have been different if things had...
Not really. I'm just grateful that Brisbane gave me the opportunity, to be honest. I think maybe for the first couple of years I was a little bit disappointed other clubs didn't see the potential that I may have had. So, but since then I'm just grateful that Brisbane gave me the opportunity, and they continue to give me the opportunity, and I want to reward them for that.